bad D&D can be way worse than no D&D. But until you can have that conversation, no different than you would if it was like, hey, I started this club to go bowling, and you guys just keep like playing in the arcade like I'm the only one bowling over there. Yeah, you'd have to have a conversation there too. You can't be like, well, if I bowl a perfect game, maybe they'll be compelled to come over and join me. It's like, Eli has a question here. One how does one get their players out of crazy kill everything stage? So the thing about murder hobos, it's a problem. The question is, what kind of a problem is it? A good rule of thumb is to solve game problems in the game world, keep them there, and to solve above table problems between all of us humans, solve it above the table and keep it there. It's bad news if you mix them. So if in the game world the rogue doesn't save the wizard from whatever horrible trap, if the rogue had an opportunity and chose money over his friend, it's totally fine and good that those two characters in the game are, at odds. The players that control those characters, everybody else at the table, they should not be at odds. That's a problem that's in the game. It should stay in the game. Everybody else gets to be distant from it, right? In the same way, if you have frustrations with your players, how they're playing or the choices they're making, that's player to player, player to DM, DM to player. It's best to talk about those rather than to try to resolve them in the game world. So sometimes what I'll hear people do is say, well, I'm running a certain type of game and my players don't get it. My players are just running around killing everybody. So I'm having them constantly chased by guards and thrown into jail and having NPCs lecture them. And it's like, okay, that's mixing, that's crossing streams, right? Instead of fixing the problem above table, we're trying to solve it in the game world, which is it's just not going to work. So the reason that I say all of that is that with a problem like player groups that want to just kill everything that moves, every problem can be solved with murder. What kind of a problem is it? If it's a problem for characters in the game world, in the narrative, then that's totally fine. That can be solved via the character work in the game. If it's a problem for the DM who's running it, who doesn't want to run a game like that, it's time to talk to your player group. It's as simple and boring and annoying as sort of kind of, it feels like you're throwing a kind of a wet blanket on the situation, but you kind of are. And what you have to ask yourself and what you have to ask that group is like, hey, is this a good player dynamic, right? Are we all trying to play the same game together? And the way to get to that is to say, hey guys, look, I'm inspired by all of these great, games that I can see online and these games that I've played and these stories that I've read. And I'm trying to create this like tapestry of all these narratives and stuff. And then, well, when the person came and gave you guys that quest and you attacked them, it doesn't feel like you're interested in the same kind of game as I am. And I don't think that conversation, it's just always going to help you more than anything else that you can do. It doesn't mean that people have to part ways. Sometimes people don't even realize what they're doing. Sometimes players are going to roll their eyes and not be happy with that. And at a certain point, as the dungeon master, you have to either you got to go one way or the other, right? You've got to accept that, like, well, I wish I had better players, and by better players I mean better for you, better for your type of game. But maybe these are the players you have right now, and you've got to grin and bear it. Okay, that's fine. You can suck it up, deal with it. for a while. It's probably going to burn you out eventually. It's really hard to run a game that is at odds with your passions. Or you know, decide that it's not actually the case that bad pizza is better than no pizza at all. Actually, bad D&D can be way worse than no D&D, because you can always vicariously experience the game while you try to find a group that's a good fit. Because once you have that good group fit, I mean, it's really hard. It's really hard to beat, and you're gonna have so many more avenues for fun play. It's worth the trouble. But until until you can have that conversation, no different than you would if it was like, hey, I started this club to go bowling, and you guys just keep like playing in the arcade like I'm the only one bowling over there. I kind of want to have a bowling team, right? Yeah, you'd have to have a conversation there too. You can't be like, well, if I bowl a perfect game, maybe they'll be compelled to come over and join me. It's like, nope, never. They want to do that. Do you want to do that? Or at least allow that? If that's the case, then have fun with your friends. If not, have fun with your friends doing other stuff and then find a different group to straight go bowling with. So yeah, not a very exciting thing. It's all kind of relationship management stuff in a group, but I think it's the way to go with that. Just drop a golden dragon on them. Man, if only we lived in a world where above table problems could be solved by in-game shenanigans, but I don't think we live in that world. Yes, this is still the commoner one shot. This is the hulking growth, one of the 6 monsters that can be rolled. The hulking growth is hit 3 times in one round. It must use its reaction to split in 2. Sorry, I missed your question, Ergo, to how the monsters are going. Good. I've got them all outlined. I'm just going through and fleshing them out. Well, I had the realization, too, while working on them, that it's okay to have some of this stuff be complex because the Dungeon Master doesn't really have anything else to worry about. Like, I'm giving each of them a couple of reactions, a couple of bonus actions usually, and like 3 different attacks so that there's a lot for it to play for a dungeon master to play with, because again, there's really nothing else that aside from helping with the rolling of NPCs. It's a big boss fight, effectively. Melee attack. Of course, I always remember the format of this language.